Let's check the standings as we are now at the 100 lap mark out of 312, almost a third of the way through this race. The lead continues to be held by Ricky Rudd, car number 26. Second position is Rusty Wallace. Third is Jeff Bodine. Fourth is Terry Labonte. And fifth is Sterling Marlin. Let's go down to the pit area.
Reynolds, he's crew chief for Ricky Rudd. Now, early in the race, you said he was just kind of cruising, taking it easy. How about when he got beside Dale Earnhardt? How hard was he pressing the button then?
Oh, I'm sure he was running a little bit harder, you know, trying to keep Dale a lap down, because obviously we give Dale his lap back. That's somebody else we got to contend with later on in the race. Now the biggest thing we got to be concerned with is working that traffic. You know, we need a caution here directly. We need a pit stop. We need some tires on it. Other than that, he says everything's okay.
What will you do in the caution? What will you change?
We'll change 4 tires.
That's the story from Ricky Rudd's pit. Jerry Punch, what's going on where you are?
Well, pretty good battle on the racetrack right now between Sterling Marlin and Mike Alexander, the 44 and the 12 car. But here in the Kodiak pit and the Rusty Wallace pit, they're a little bit concerned. They needed to lead the most laps here today to get those 5 extra bonus points. They are not leading, obviously. Let's find out what the problem may be. Barry Dodson, the crew chief. Barry, you wanted to lead the most laps, but apparently it's not working out. What's the problem?
A little bit loose right now. We stayed out to get track position. We don't want to take a chance anything happening. We'd just rather run comfortable and then try to get the lead back later.
They're not going to overextend the car. They're going to ride comfortably, and maybe when they get a pit stop or a caution, as Larry McReynolds said, they'll come in and get fresh rubber and then try to lead. Gentlemen?
Well, Jerry, they're on their longest green flag run of the afternoon right now, and as Larry McReynolds pointed out, they'd like to see a caution here before too long so they can come in and get 4 new tires on the car. But we're beginning to see some cars slip around a little bit on the racetrack as a result of the tires getting heated up and worn out. But Rusty Wallace's car is still sticking down on the inside as we see him coming off of turn 4 here right now.
But Ricky Rudd has opened up a couple of seconds interval between himself and Rusty Wallace, as Ricky Rudd is the leader of this Checker 500. The number 44 and the number 12 car battling for position. We showed you that just a few minutes ago, and here it is again. That's for 5th spot. Oh, Marlin, Sterling Marlin in car number 44 drifted a little high there coming out of turn number 2, and Mike Alexander just whooshed by and took over that 5th position.
He sure did. It doesn't take much of a slip. So the car behind you can move around, and right there was a perfect example of it.
Mike Alexander, who in a Southwest Tour race here yesterday sat on pole position, but did not have very good fortune during the running of that race. Jim Thurkettle was the winner of that Southwest Tour race here at Phoenix yesterday, that we will have on a tape delayed basis later this week here on ESPN. And Roman Kalsinski clinched the Southwest Tour championship during that event. Other battles going on the racetrack involve this group of cars. Alan Kulwicki is there along with Phil Parsons in number 55. And Mark Martin is in car number 6, trailing this trio, and that's 7th, 8th, and 9th.
Now, Kulwicki has come from the back of the pack because he did, during that last caution period, made a couple of pit stops. So he has fought his way up through the field and has done a good job of it, Bob. Again, I don't think that we can say too much how difficult it is to pass on this racetrack. And as I say that, Alan Kulwicki almost makes it look easy, but the car really has to work well down on the inside of the racetrack to make a pass.
Alan Kulwicki looking to the inside of the Skoll Oldsmobile driven by Phil Parsons. And now as Parsons drives high on the racetrack, the car slipping just a little bit. Alan Kulwicki is to the inside as they go down the backstretch into the dogleg right there. And still Alan Kulwicki, now he's going to try to take it away and can't do it completely. And now he does, as Phil Parsons has to get off the gas.
The groove is beginning to move up a little bit, particularly in turns 3 and 4. We're seeing some cars that are running a little bit higher there. As Sterling Marlin laps past the Eddie Beerswall car number 23. Eddie has been behind the wall a while, so he's several laps down.
There's Alan Kulwicki now, who has successfully passed Phil Parsons. Also in the picture, there's the number 2 car driven by Ernie Irvin.
And he's one of the top rookie contenders this year on the NASCAR Winston Cup circuit. Came into this race only 6 points behind Ken Bouchard, who is leading the rookie standings, as we see Jimmy Means coming into the pits in car number 52. That's the red cars. The other cars go by on the outside.
Now that car just ahead of the number 7 of Alan Kulwicki is Herschel McGriff, who is, shall we say, a veteran of stock car racing along the West Coast. He was one of the original members of the Southern 500, drove in the first Southern 500 back in 1950 and is still an active race driver today. We'll be back right after this. Back at Phoenix International Raceway, the Checker 500 Winston Cup race. We're watching 3rd, 4th, and 5th. The number 5 car of Jeff Bodine slides high on the racetrack in turn number 2, but tries to keep that 3rd position. 4th is the number 11 car driven by Terry Labonte, and 5th is the number 12 car driven by Mike Alexander. Now, Mike Alexander, of course, driving the Bobby Allison car that Allison piloted for the first portion of this year before being injured at Pocono. And we're very glad to see that Bobby is among the spectators here at Phoenix this afternoon and looking very well.
In the pits now is Greg Sachs. Most of the cars pitted at about lap 44 during one of the caution periods, so they'll be coming in at about 130. We're on the 116th lap right now. Most of them will be coming in around 130, 135 laps. The car number 26 of Ricky Rudd just put Neil Bonney the lap down. Neil was running in 25th position, so there are still 24 cars on the lead lap after 116 miles.
Mike Alexander just doing a fine job of driving that Miller Highlight car number 12 cars. He moved around Terry Labonte and went into 4th position, and now he challenges Jeff Bodine for 3rd. One of the best runs in a long time for Mike Alexander, and he takes over that 3rd position as they go into the dog leg. But no, here's Jeff Bodine battling back on the outside. But a good race here for 3rd position. Bodine number 5, Alexander at 12, and Labonte in number 11. Side-by-side racing through corner number 4. Watch Alexander on the inside now as they come down the straightaway. Oh, they were dead even at the line.
Alexander, the experience he got here yesterday in the Southwest Tour division certainly has helped him, but he likes this kind of a racetrack. He's a good racetrack on a relatively slick, flat racetrack, and that's what we have here.
Mike has spent many years driving the half miles and the mile racetracks, the shorter circuits, and does have quite a bit of experience on this type of racetrack, and now he has taken over 3rd position from Jeff Bodine.
Terry Labonte in car number 11. Now about to move on the inside of Jeff Bodine as Bodine goes high, gives him a little running room, and Terry Labonte takes advantage of it.
We have seen Jeff Bodine go high on the track there in the 1st and 2nd corners for the last several laps, but he's able to get back everything that he loses in the backstretch. Now here's Labonte inching ahead just a little bit. Out of corner number 4, Labonte looking to take over position number 4. And it's a side-by-side race once again into corner number 1, but Labonte now is about a half a car length ahead, and he's going to pass.
And Sterling Marlin is in the pits, and Jerry Punch is there.
Now this 31-year-old driver from Columbia, Tennessee, last pitted on lap 26. That's 94 laps to go. So they are getting excellent fuel mileage. They will change the right side tires, and they are really putting some weight in the rear of that car and trying to tighten it up a little bit. Sterling was so loose, he was slipping and sliding. You saw Mike Alexander go by him a little bit ago in the car number 12. Fielder in the car. Great pit stop for the Piedmont crew down and away for Sterling Marlin.
But he goes a lap down, Jerry. In fact, he's about a lap and a half behind the leader, Ricky Rudd. Rudd can go a little while before he has to come in because Sterling Marlin, as you mentioned, had run about 94 laps. Rudd should be able to go another 15 or so laps.
So Sterling Marlin goes back out onto the racetrack. By the way, that car will carry the Sunoco sponsorship during the 1989 season. We go back and look at this 4th and 5th place battle between the number 11 of Terry Labonte and the 5 car of Jeff Bodine. At the moment, though, Labonte has that position nailed down fairly well. Here's the leader, meanwhile, Ricky Rudd, as he tries to put a lap on the number 4 Kodak Film Oldsmobile, driven by Rick Wilson. That's lap number 122 that has been completed, and Rudd with an advantage now of a couple of seconds over Rusty Wallace.
And he might be coming in before too long. Rick Wilson in the Kodak Film Oldsmobile is running in the 22nd position. That means there are 21 cars remaining in the lead lap.
That is with over a third of this race completed. So we have seen some drivers staying on the lead lap. And now here is Rudd slowing down out of turn number 4 and coming in for the pit stop.
And Rusty Wallace is following him right down pit road as well.
So it's a pit stop with 2 of the leaders. Let's go to Dick Berggren.
The key here will be whether Rudd and Wallace can do this pit stop without losing a lap. The teams are already over the wall. That's not what we usually see in Winston Cup competition. But the wall here is 30 inches high at this end of the pit. The other end of the pit is only 13 inches high. So they were very ready for Ricky Rudd. Right side tires over. Rusty Wallace already out of his pit. He's gone. He will beat Ricky Rudd. He will take the lead.
Well, he won't take the lead, but at least he beats him back out of the pits. Mike Alexander has taken over the lead in the Miller car number 12.
And here he comes out of corner number 4.
Now, one thing this has done, it has put Dale Earnhardt back in the lead lap. Those front 2 cars had passed Earnhardt, but Mike Alexander has not. So that does put Dale Earnhardt back in the lead lap should he get a caution.
And there is the leader, at least for the moment, the number 12 Miller High Life, driven by Mike Alexander, going to the inside of the 03 car, driven by Bill Schmidt from Redding, California, one of the Winston West competitors. Harry Gant is in for a pit stop in the Skoll Chevy, car number 33. He started well up front in this race and has been in the top 15 most of the afternoon. Here comes the leader down the straightaway once again, completing another lap. And looks like a little bit of a puff of smoke there from one of those 2 cars. I was unable to see exactly which one, but perhaps just a little bit of tire smoke evident from one of those 2 cars. Mike Alexander, the leader.
In turns 1 and 2, they do burn a little bit of tires coming off of there, Bob, and we'll see some tire smoke occasionally as the cars come off of that turn.
Now Mike Alexander is choosing not to come in for another pit stop, so he stays out and maintains his lead.
Now you can see Terry Labonte. There's a car between he and Mike Alexander. Labonte in the Budweiser Chevrolet number 11. See, going down on the inside of the car that Mike Alexander lapped not long ago, so that's how close the first, second, and third is.
There's Sterling Marlin also there, car 44, and Alan Kulwicki in number 7. They're having a little bit of a difficult time getting around that Bill Schmidt machine, the Schmidt Racing Chevrolet. Now Labonte moves to the inside of it, the 03 car. And here's Sterling Marlin right behind Terry Labonte. And now Marlin will try to create a 3rd lane, but thinks better of it as they go back into a 2 abreast situation going into turn number 1.
Now, Sterling Marlin would like to get up there and get back in the lead lap. Remember, he has already made a pit stop with new tires. Look how that car sticks down on the inside. Boy, he just drives it in there. That's what new tires will do for you. Now, he's got to pass Mike Alexander, though, before he can get back in the lead lap. Here's Alan Kulwicki coming up on the inside of Terry Labonte. Benny Parsons just made a pit stop. Others will be making pit stops before too long. We understand that maybe there's some smoke coming from Richard Petty's car as Jeff Bodine comes down pit road. In the car number 5, he was running in the 4th position.
Dr. Jerry Punch has a report on this pit stop by Jeff Bodine.
Well, Waddell Wilson and the rest of the Levi Garrett crew changing right side tires. Looks to be a routine green flag stop for the pole sitter, Jeff Bodine. Bodine running in the top 5 all afternoon. They will scamper around and check the left side tires. They have filled the fuel. Great pit stop, 14.82 seconds. He is down and away.
Mike Alexander has come in for a stop also as we watch Jeff Bodine pull out, and Dick Berggren is there to call the pit stop of who was the leader.
And that was Mike Alexander. He is almost certain to lose the lead. About everybody that's done one of these 2 tire changes here has gone down a lap. Alexander's doing the same thing as everybody else. Right side tires, he's off the jack. He's gone. Good fast stop for Mike Alexander.
Very good stop by the crew, and Mike Alexander goes back out onto the racetrack. That's going to put in the lead, we believe, the number 7 car driven by Alan Kulwicki. So Alan has struggled in the first 75 laps or so and got off pit sequence, but now finds himself in the lead.
And he has a while to go before he needs a pit stop because he did stop during the last caution period, and that was at about lap 71 when the green flag came back out. So he has only run about 60 laps, so he should be able to go another 25 or 30 laps before he would be scheduled for a pit stop.
There's the 33 car of Harry Gant right behind Alan Kulwicki in car number 7. So with pit stops, some pit stops being made at lap 130, the lead is held by Alan Kulwicki, and we'll be back with more of the Checker 500 in just a moment.